Alright, welcome to another video. Today I decided that my computer was so dirty, it needed to be cleaned. So I unplugged everything and decided to make a quick video. I didn't go too deep, but we'll take it apart. This is the back side. It's not as bad as the front, because obviously that's where the fans pull in air, but these are the tools you'll need. Some isopropyl alcohol, paper towels, some Q-tips, thermal paste, screwdriver set. A hand vac is helpful, a duster is nice, and some balls if you've never done it before. Go ahead and take off the side panel here. Might be different from case to case. A case to case basis, if you will. That's gross. Alright, so this is the inside. I built this in April, so it's been a couple of months. I'm going to go ahead and pull the top part off of the case, which will allow me a little bit easier access, but also cleaning off a lot of these parts. Most of this is just going to be like a wipe or the vacuum, which again is handy. Flipping the system over, popping off the front cover, because even after vacuuming it, it's still gross. So I'll have to clean that up more. Now with the fans, you've got a couple choices. You can take them off, you can vacuum, lock them in place, and just kind of go from there. I think that's what I'm going to do in this case. Don't really want to have to blow everything into the case. So after laying everything down, I got a better look. I'm going to go ahead and start by unplugging a few things that we need to clean. First, I'm going to start by pulling the power cables off of the video card. I'm going to undo these two screws that are holding it on to the back of the case. Always remember, there is a clip on the back that holds it in also. Don't want to snap that off. So this is my 1660. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up, and then we'll set it aside. Using a deep cool, I think it's called the Assassin something. It's the AK anyway. It's got two fans on it, one hooked up to the CPU and one hooked up to the CPU optional plug. We've got these metal clips. You pop these up and you can get that right off. You can see how dirty the fins are on the radiator there. Do the same to the second fan. It's not as bad as the front one. Alright, so you get these two Phillips screws. Sorry for the angle. Once you get these pulled, you can easily just pull it straight out. And if you'd like to roast for my previous thermal pasting, go for it. Using an Asus Prime Z790 with an Intel i9 12900K. Haven't had any issues with it so far. The RAM, I'm not going to pull out, but always remember to put them in the right slots. Always skip. So if you do, 2 and 4, that's the best way to separate them. Storage, I've got a 1 terabyte M.2 in there and a 2 terabyte down here for all my games and such. So we're going to go ahead and apply some thermal paste, which you'll only need this if you are actually taking off your cooler. There's always the question of how much and what design and all that jazz. I think a solid bead of thermal paste right down the center. That way when you put your cooler on and you get it tightened down even, it should squish out to every side. Some people like to do, like they'll take a spatula kind of effect and just smear it on everywhere, but no, you're fine. My temperatures were great before I pulled this off. It was just OCD wanting to clean. Alright, so once we get those screwed back down, I'm going to drop these fans back into place. Easy clip. Moving on to the second fan, same as the first. Go ahead and set the video card back into its bay. Make sure, you know, take it easy while you're getting it in there. Then make sure it's all firm, and you'll hear that click from that one safety latch in the back. And get your cables plugged back in for power. And then of course get your screws put back into the back. That way you make sure everything's nice and safe and snug. Doesn't you know, come unplugged while you're doing something on a workstation, playing a video game. Alright, so moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and plug these back in. Like I said, the first one is plugged into the CPU optional, or, you know, auxiliary. And then up here on the other side, you got two choices. There's CPU fan, and there's an AIO pump. It's a whole all-in-one, like, water-cooled system instead of this fan radiator. Pretty cool. I don't need one yet, but I will get there eventually. So just make sure you plug it into the fan side if that's what you're using. Now, I wasn't going to do this, but why not check? So I popped off the other side panel. Obviously, there's some dust. I'm not even going to worry about cable management right now. Yes, it's bothering me, but who the hell sees it, right? But I know. So I'll take care of it later. Now, this is it. Everything's plugged back in, put back together. If it turns on, all right, cool. And since I'm doing this video on it, you know, everything worked out. Well, thank you for coming on and taking a look. If you have any questions, please leave comments below, and I will see what I can do to answer them and make some future content. Thanks. Have a good one.